Bhadrakalyai namo nityam Saraswatyai namo namaha Veda Vedanga Vedanta Vidyasthanebhya evacha Lokabhiramam Ranarangadhiram Rajivanetram Raghuvanshanatam Karunyarupam Karunakarantam Shri Ramachandram Sharanam Prapadye. Hari Om. Jai Sri Ram, Jai Mata Di, and welcome to Hinduism in Focus. We are continuing this glorious path of Vasant-Chaitra or Rama Navaraatri, one of the most, as we always say, powerful time of worship, of adoration to the Supreme and Divine Self that we observe here in Guyana and most parts of the Western world, and even Bharat also more prominently than the others. We observe it, these two Navaratri, this one and the one in the autumn, which we call Sharad. Sharad actually means autumn, and so as Vasant means the one of the spring, this Navaratri commences the Hindu New Year. So the Hindus are the first people throughout civilization that can claim the proper, the right celebration or observance of a new year. We have given it the entire first 9 days, and we give it to worship also. Not and if there is social, any type of social gathering and embrace, it is done in the attitude and in the spirit of worship and reverence. So holy it is. So the Hindus are the first people who really know how to observe a new year. And so this is our new year, and we are continuing this great process, and we are talking about different angles. We're looking at it from both at the level of the adoration of the mother of the Devi, and of course, as we know, the ultimate goal of this Navaratri is the birth, the appearance or the incarnation of Param Purushottama Bhagavan Shri Ramachandra, who lives in the bloodstream of all the Sanatani Hindus and who hold as a true symbol of Dharma. Dharma Swarupa. He's a very embodiment of Dharma. Dharma, which is the core of existence, which is the very cosmic law of this universe. Hence, Ramachandra is universal, whether you accept it or not. And this Navaratri, the ultimate goal of it is the birth, the celebration of the birth of Bhagavan Sri Ramachandra. In the midst of all of that, we are also worshipping Devi or Mother. Yesterday we looked from the deepest level of the symbolism and the reason of Icha Shakti, Mother Lakshmi, which is so deep that we cannot talk about it within a few minutes. It requires classroom study, it requires longer discourses and lots of reflection and studies as they are to really give us the deep essence of it. But we all try to bring out the core ideas and to try in the best possible way to break it down and help us to imbibe in a manner that really enriches our understanding of Sanatan culture, Sanatan heritage, of the Devi, of the Navaratri, of our own spiritual growth, and of our what we call satsang, congregational worship. All in all, comprehensively helping us to continue the process to preserve this great heritage that we belong to. Mother Saraswati also is worship. She is what we call Janana Shakti, the power of wisdom. And it is the door of wisdom that one reaches, and then he enters into Mukti. So he travels from Kriya, from the invocation of Kriya Shakti, the power of action, of dynamism, of doing the work, of slaying the baser or the lower self within, and then that is represented outwardly as Mother Durga, Parvati Mata, and Mother Kali, all different manifestations of Devi. So from that level, the seeker, he transitions now to the second level, Ichar Shakti, where he gathers the wealth of self-refinement. That wealth is called values, virtues, divine characteristics. He finds that with him by firstly tuning his Icha Shakti, his power of will, to cleanse his own mind. So he can reflect the true knowledge, that which is his own true self. So the Lakshmi Devi is worshipped outwardly. She is meant to bring us home to the refinement of our inner will, our inner thinking power. And then from that level, this true seeker transition to the path of knowledge. He now seeks understanding. He now seeks clarity. He now seeks to clear any impediment on the mirror of himself, to remove anything that blocks the vision of who he is, that he is Paramatman, he is the Supreme Self, he is a Supreme Consciousness, but that consciousness is veiled by what we call the Maya. It is veiled that you can't see it directly until you remove this veil. This veil comes agyan, as ignorance, and the ignorance means the wrong or the lack of knowledge of your own self-definition. That is to say that you define yourself to be your body, to be your family. This is a deep sense, okay? Not that you shouldn't, you should. At the trans, let me make it clear, because we want to give clarity as to Hindu teachings. The right teacher is necessary, and the proper pursual and the study of the Shastra, the scripture, they are necessary to give the right view of the Sanatani scriptures. So, the ignorance means the lack of who we are, lack of knowledge as to who we are. That's a veil, okay? So, we think now, and at the transaction level, we are all these things, but at the spiritual level, that is why you have to see the scriptures are talking about at the deepest spiritual level. We're not talking about the daily things which we are well equipped to handle. So at the spiritual level, ignorance means that we give wrong definition of ourselves. We are veiled so much that we think we are this body, we are our name, we are our family, we are our minds, we are our hearts, we are our fame, we are everything that the senses can conceive of. That is what we think we are. If we are convinced that is what we are, in as much as we know that there's a limitation to this body, it will have to die, it will have to undergo various processes of dissolution, to say. And even knowing that we are accepting, this is my ultimate identity. That thing is called agyan, ignorance. We are trapped in what is called Maya. Maya is translated many times to be illusion, meaning that it is not ultimately true. It is true transactionally. At a worldly engagement every day, this is true. It is necessary. It is for the transaction that we perform every day. We have different transactions that we do because of our roles, meaning who we are, what stage of life we are in. If you're in family life, your student life, your roles, and everything will be so different. So at the transaction level, these are all definitions of who we are. But if at the spiritual level, we start to accept, this is our limitation. And this is a difference between Sanatan culture, or heritage, or way of life, is that all our civilizations stick at this level. This is who our identity, but there's something called soul. Even this here has a limitation. It has to stay below God and serve God forever. No problem. I'm just showing you how thoughts evolve and how the Sanatani rishis have come to a greater state of realization. So anytime we are accepting the apparent limited to be the unlimited, that thing is called agyan. It is called ignorance. To remove that ignorance, it means to come to know the knowledge. The knowledge is the true self, the consciousness within us. That which it actually illumines every other thing. The basis of who we are, the purity of who we are. We can call it Atman, Paramatman, so many In different contexts, it is called different names. So the Shakti to bring us to clear that mind, clear that mirror of this veil in front of us, this veil that is causing not to see the true light. That is called Jnana Shakti. Jnana Shakti means the power of knowledge, of wisdom. It is that higher state of knowledge, of wisdom, that Mother Saraswati represents. When we are worshipping Mother Saraswati for our common entrance, our CXC and our degree, that is wonderful. It is a part of what we call a cultural renaissance, a cultural identity, identity of a true heritage. Amazing. But it doesn't stop there. That is just at the outside level. This is as if we are outside of a movie theater and we are peeping through from some tiny hole to see this movie. So that is on the outskirts, the outside. We're not getting the full blessings or the full realization and the magnitude, the depths of what Mother Saraswati really represents as a Supreme Shakti. Right? But if you open the door now and you go into the movie theater, then you see the entirety of the movie screen on the big screen like this. Then you can communicate now, much as if you have 3D, right? You can communicate. You can imbibe now. You become part of that movie. After time, you yourself lost into the movie. There is no movie. There is no you. Both are one and the same until you come back to it. Oh no, this is a movie. So this is the same thing. I have my own identification. I should not be lost in the emotions on the screen like this. So it's the same thing. Until we remove agyan, the ignorance of the limited identification, then we come to see our true self. It is to that depth that Mother Saraswati represents. That is the goddess of knowledge. That is the mother. That is Sharada. That is the true song, the cosmic song of Om. That is Devi Saraswati, the ultimate Shweta. Shweta Pushpopashobhita. Like that. Everything is white, the ultimate whiteness, the ultimate purity, the ultimate consciousness. Jnana Shakti, that Shakti is in us. It is outwardly presented as Mother Saraswati, all decked in white, symbolic of the higher cause. But she is the very essence of the highest knowledge. Bhadrakalyai namo nityam Saraswatyai namo namaha Veda Vidhanga Vedanta Vidyasthanebhya evacha. She's just Sthanebhya. She's a very foundation. She is stay. She holds up all knowledge. Veda, all branches of knowledge. Veda, Vedanga, all the branches, all the limbs. Vedanga means, limbs of knowledge, branches of knowledge. All of this knowledge, Veda, Vedanga, Vedanta, the ultimate knowledge of the self. Veda, the end of all knowledge. Veda Ananta. Upanishads, end of all knowledge. She is Veda, Vedanga, Vedanta, the end of all knowledge. Veda, Vedanga, Vedanta, Vidya, Sthanebhya eva. She's a very sthana, the one who holds it in the right place. The foundation, the pillar. That is Mother Saraswati. So the Jnana Shakti, which we worship as Devi Saraswati, is not so ordinary. It goes so deep to bring us now to the door of Mukti. And in the path of knowledge, she brings us to that door, and then we have to come and merge directly into the self. In the path of Bhakti, the Lord brings that knowledge to us. And so it is in this context, at the highest level of spiritual realization, that Mother Saraswati represents. And this is why Devi also is worshipped. So from Kriya Shakti, Icha Shakti, Jnana Shakti, this is Mother Saraswati, the goddess of knowledge. She too is adored in this Vasant Navaraatri. So may her grace be with all of us, and may grace of Prabhu Sri Ramachandra be with us as well until we meet tomorrow morning. Principal Sri Ramachandra Bhagavan ki Jai, Jai Sri Ram, Jai Mata Di.